What if I told you that managing your investments is actually only one piece of the wealth building puzzle? Because it is. There's several verticals that all need to be integrated into your wealth management situation to really optimize your results. You need your legal, working with your tax, working with your investments, working with your planning, all together harmoniously for it to work to optimize your situation for you. Now, here's why this matters, and let's be real. If you're watching this, you're probably already financially successful. You've built considerable wealth. Maybe you've sold the company. Maybe you inherited some assets. Maybe you just played the long game well, worked your butt off, and were very disciplined about saving money. Whatever it is, wealth at this stage of the game isn't just about returns anymore. It's actually about coordination and integration. A good advisor isn't just picking investments. They're actually integrating your entire financial life. They're taking a look at your tax situation, your estate planning, your risk management, the different types of exposures that you might have, and ensuring that you have the proper structures in place or insurance policies in place to mitigate those risks. Retirement income, ensuring that all that wealth that you've built can be turned into a paycheck at some point down the road. They're helping you with your business transition if you're a business owner, getting ready to ensure that you are going to sell that business for the highest multiple possible. They're going to help you with charitable giving, and they're going to help you with family legacy. That is what needs to be integrated into your entire financial life. And unfortunately, most advisors, not only do they not do that, but they don't even ask the right questions. Now, here's some red flags you need to watch for. Your advisor never brings up taxes, even during tax season. All they do is, if they even prepare your taxes, they tell you what you owe. There's never any strategy. There's never any game plan they come up with. Maybe your advisor hasn't asked for your estate documents or whether or not you even have them. Well, it's pretty tough to build your net worth throughout your working years, throughout retirement, and eventually ensure that when you exit this world, that all of your dollars are being transferred in the most efficient manner possible if they've never asked for your estate documents. Another red flag is maybe you're dealing with a major life event. You're selling your business, you've had a liquidity event, you've had an inheritance, and all they want to do is something that's very, very easy for them. They want to rebalance your portfolio into the same stuff that you've owned all along, completely avoiding the fact that you just had a major life event that might cause a reason for your strategy to be reevaluated. Maybe you need to be in a different strategy at that point in time. And it's almost like they're treating you like they do every other client, not like someone who actually has a sophisticated, complex financial situation. Now, here's what the best advisors do. CEG Worldwide found that top-tier investors value holistic, integrated advice far more than investment returns. Now, don't get me wrong. They don't want subpar investment returns, but they value all of the other stuff more. Why? Because at this level, a good advisor should be saving you hundreds of thousands in taxes throughout your retirement. Possibly in a given calendar year, they can save you hundreds of thousands in taxes. They should be helping you to move millions of dollars efficiently across generations, and they should be protecting your family's future long after you're gone, all while optimizing everything you've built from now until the time you eventually check out of this world. The investments are just one slice, albeit a very large slice, of a bigger pie. So Michael Kitces breaks it down like this. When you're building wealth, you need an advisor who can coordinate Roth conversions, who can strategize around tax-efficient withdrawals. What's the best way to receive your money? Should you take it all from your Roth IRA, all from your traditional? Maybe it's a specific percentages across all those different accounts that you should follow in order to optimize your income in retirement. They should be helping you to navigate the Secure Act. They should be talking charitable trusts, and they should align everything to your goals. So in other words, they should be working with you across every single vertical: tax, legal, investments, planning, ensuring that they're integrated and working together harmoniously. Vanguard says the same thing. The most successful advisors act as financial life planners. And if your advisor doesn't have a plan for your taxes, your estate, your legacy, all they're doing is winging it. And that's not good enough at your level. You need something bigger and better. So if we want to try and determine the real cost, let's actually just look at a simple example here. If you were to withdraw $500,000 from the wrong account in the wrong year, you might actually pay 6 figures more in taxes than you actually needed to. But if your advisor had a clear, tax-aware drawdown strategy, you could have saved that money or maybe passed it on to your heirs in the most tax-efficient manner possible. So this is what I mean when I say it's not about necessarily just beating the market. It's about not screwing up the plan. And it's also not about your gross returns. It's about what you get to keep that matters most after you pay a share of those gains to Uncle Sam. So here's the bottom line. If your advisor only talks investments and never brings up taxes, estate planning, or coordination with your other professionals you might work with, that's not wealth management. That is just asset babysitting. You've worked way too hard. You've built too much to settle for narrow, simpleton advice that a lot of these advisors today might give you. If any of this stuff strikes a nerve, make sure you go to tepperzoom.com and we can schedule a time for us to chat for 30 minutes on a Zoom and maybe even do a wealth strategy audit with one of the members of our team. We can show you exactly how an integrated plan can create clarity, confidence, and then serious long-term value.